I'm now here for my Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois 2 full card predictions and breakdowns. Let's get right into it then, starting with Vladislav Soreno versus Solomon Dakers. I think that Vladislav Soreno will win this fight against Solomon Dakers. I think Soreno will be able to knock out Dakers in 5 rounds. That's what I'm going to say. Look, first of all, I feel like Dakers has been pretty deluded since the David Adelaide loss. You know, if you know what he's been saying on social media. I think Soreno, he's very good and explosive. I feel like his resume is very padded though, but it's very clear to see his explosiveness. It's very clear to see his power in his hands. And yeah, I feel like he's going to be way too powerful for Solomon Dakers. I think the issue with Dakers is, I just don't like his defense. I don't really trust his defense. And against someone like Soreno, who's going to be putting the pressure on him from the off, who's going to put him right onto that back foot straight away, I feel like he's going to make Dakers look very, very, very uncomfortable in there, to be honest with you. And, look, in the Michael Webster fight for Dakers, I still feel like he looked uncomfortable in them when Michael Webster was coming forward at him and landing shots. I feel like Dakers looked uncomfortable defensively. I feel like offensively, Dakers, has a good amount to offer. I feel like his counters are good. And he could catch Soreno coming in at times, but I don't trust his power to get him out of there. And I don't think he's going to be able to gain the respect of Soreno. I feel like Soreno is going to be able to walk him down, beat him down, get him to the body, and I feel like Soreno can mix up his work and get Dakers out of there, in my opinion. He'll be way too much for him. He'll be way too much for Solomon Dakers, in my opinion. So I'm saying Vladislav Soreno inside 5. Dakers is taking it on short notice as well. So, yeah, that makes me even more confident. Okay, next up then, we've got Daniel Lapin versus Lewis Edmondson. This is a good fight, which I'm looking forward to, but Daniel Lapin's going to win this fight. Daniel Lapin, he's really, 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 really bloody good, if we're being honest. He's very good. I think Daniel Lapin's going to win. Does he get him out of there? Does he go the distance with him? I think Edmonson will go the distance. I feel like Daniel Lapin will win a unanimous decision. But I feel like Lewis Edmondson's going to go in there and he's going to, fight his heart out, to be honest with you. That is what I see. I see him really giving it his all. The Wembley crowd are going to be really trying to get behind him. I think Edmondson will lose. I think that's obvious for a lot of people to say. But I feel like Edmondson's going to come out of this fight with a lot of credibility, to be honest with his stock. It's an all-time high. I feel like he's really going to give it his all and he's going to look good here against Lapin. But Lapin, he's a different kind of level. Very, very, very long, rangy, awkward southpaw. Edmondson can switch stances quite well, in my opinion, but I feel like Edmondson could get caught in between styles, in my opinion, which might let him down here and there. But yeah, I feel like Edmondson's gonna struggle to get in on the inside of Lapin's jab. But I feel like the big thing that I really do rate about Edmondson is his footwork. He's very good at getting in and out of there. I feel like Edmondson's also very good at creating angles. But Lapin's just got such a good read on his opponent. I think Lewis Edmondson probably is his toughest opponent yet, but we still haven't seen what Lapin's actually fully all about, and I feel like we're going to get a good sign of that in this fight. He's so good at reading his opponents. He's so smart in there. I can't see him losing. I feel like we'll see like a 117, 111, unanimous decision on all 3 scorecards. I think that's a possibility. But Edmondson's going to look good here, but he's not beating Daniel Lapin. I really don't see it at all. Anyway, next up then, our co-main event, we have got Lawrence Aoli versus Kevin Lorena. I'm going with Lawrence Aoli to win. I can't trust Kevin Lorena to win a fight after that Daniel Dubois fight. Like, I still haven't forgiven him for that performance, and now we let him off the hook. I can't trust him for an upset after that. Like, I just can't. Lawrence Okolie will win this fight. I think Lawrence Okolie will win a decision. I don't think he'll get Lorena out of there. Lorena is tough, to be honest with you, and does come forward well. And I do think Lorena could tire out Okolie with his pressure, but it won't be enough to win. Okolie's just going to lean on him, isn't he? It's not going to be very entertaining. Look, Okolie's got a massive reach advantage over Kevin Lorena. I feel like Lorena's tailor-made for Okolie just to hug all night. That's my opinion. But to be fair, I think Okolie has a good lead hand. I feel like he measures you well behind that to set up his backhand. Then he likes going in for his clinches, likes to try and get you up against the ropes, clinch you there. Then try and do the same thing, measure you with that lead hand, backhand, clinch. He's all the same kind of fighter, but he does have power, and he's very good at being able to drain you out, and that's what he's going to be able to do to Kevin Lorena here in this fight, in my opinion. So I think Lawrence Okolie is going to win a unanimous decision. That's my prediction. Anyway, next up then, we go to our main event, Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. I've got the cat. I'm going with Oleksandr Usyk. I think Usyk will win a decision this time round against Daniel Dubois. Yeah, I think he'll win a decision. I think quitting, I'm going to give Dubois the benefit of the doubt. I feel like quitting's behind him. I might be very wrong, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt in that and say it's behind him now. But Oleksandr Usyk's obviously going to beat him. I can't see Daniel Dubois beating Usyk. He's not got the right style for it at all. Usyk's going to dominate him with that southpaw lead hand, if we're being honest. Dubois can't read it. He wasn't able to win it in read it in the first fight. What makes you think he's going to be able to read it this time around? It's not going to happen. People are going to be going on all week about low blow, low blow, low blow. Sorry, not low blow. Body shot, body shot, body shot. It was a low blow. It was a low blow. I think people are saying he's finishing with a body shot. But, it was a low blow. But, yeah, look, I think Usyk is too good for Daniel Dubois. He's going to completely outbox him, probably win absolutely every single round against him like he was doing in that first fight. Look, Daniel Dubois and his team can go on about that low blow body shot, all week. It doesn't matter. If anything, Usyk's just not even going to get hit to the body as much as Dubois was able to, kind of hit him to the body, even though Daniel Dubois hit Usyk low multiple times in that fight. But I feel like Usyk and his team are going to know Dubois is going to try and get him out of there with a body shot, and Usyk's always going to be able to counter Daniel Dubois on the way out. It's so obvious Daniel Dubois is going to be going for body shots, and he's going to try and bully Usyk to the body. It's just him and his team not learning from the last fight. You're not gonna get Usyk there. You're not gonna get him there. Usyk's going to be defending his body more than ever, and he's just going to be ready for Dubois, catching him with the counters on the way out. I feel like it's going to be simple for Usyk, and the thing with Daniel Dubois is as well, he's not going to adjust in the fight. He's going to go in with a game plan, and that is it. He's not going to adjust. And if Daniel Dubois is not going to adjust, then Usyk can just go on in second gear and win this fight against Daniel Dubois, in my opinion. It's a different kind of level here, if we're being real. Oleksandr Usyk's going to win this fight easily. That's what I'm saying. Unanimous decision. He will basically win every round. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you all for watching. Speak to you all in a bit.